"Please marry my mama, mister, she's all I have now," whispered the little girl to the silent rancher. The wind howled across the dry Montana plains as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the worn boots of rancher Eli Turner. He stood quietly outside his barn, leaning on his shovel, as the dust settled around a rusty pickup sputtering into his driveway. Inside was a young widow named June, her eyes weary, her hands trembling on the wheel, and beside her in the passenger seat, a girl no older than 6, clutching a faded stuffed bunny. Eli had seen hardship before. He had buried a wife, lost a brother to the war, and watched the family ranch barely survive year after year. But he had never seen eyes like that little girl's, filled with both fear and a strange, fierce hope. June stepped out, clearing her throat. "I heard you might need help with the ranch," she said softly. "I can cook, clean, milk if I have to. Just need a place to stay." Eli looked them over, quiet as stone. "This ain't no charity." "I'm not asking for that," she replied, standing tall despite the tremble in her voice. He didn't answer, just turned and walked toward the barn. "If you're staying, work starts before sunup." And that's how it began. June worked like she was trying to outrun her grief. She cooked hearty meals, fixed fences, mended clothes, and brought warmth back into the cold, creaky farmhouse. Her daughter, Lily, followed Eli around like a shadow. She asked questions, fed the chickens, and listened wide-eyed as he taught her how to ride the old ranch pony, Sugar. At first, Eli kept his distance. He was a man of few words, his heart locked behind a door he hadn't opened in years. But Lily had a way of slipping past the bolts. One morning, she brought him a hand-drawn picture of the 3 of them standing by the barn. "That's you, that's Mama, and that's me," she explained brightly. "We're happy." He tried not to let the picture shake him, but it did. Weeks passed, then months. Spring melted into summer. June's laughter began to echo in the kitchen again. And one evening, as the sky blushed pink, Lily climbed into Eli's lap while he sat on the porch whittling. "Mr. Eli," she whispered, her tiny fingers gripping his sleeve, "please marry my mama. She's all I have now." His hands froze mid-carve. He looked into her big, pleading eyes, and for the first time in years, something cracked inside him. Later that night, he sat alone at the old dinner table, Lily's words circling in his mind. He remembered holding his late wife's hand in the hospital, promising he'd never love again, not because he didn't want to, but because he didn't think he could. But now, there was June. There was Lily. And there was life again in a house that had only known silence. The next morning, Eli saddled up his horse, rode into town, and returned with a bouquet of wildflowers and a trembling smile. June blinked as he stepped onto the porch, flowers in hand. "I know I'm not much of a talker," he began, "but I'd be a fool not to tell you. I'd be honored to be the man that stands beside you, and Lily." Tears filled her eyes. Lily squealed with joy and threw her arms around them both. The ranch never looked the same after that. It was still dusty, still hard work, but laughter now danced in the fields, and love bloomed where loss once lived. Eli never imagined he'd find family again in a broken stranger and a brave little girl. But sometimes, it's the smallest voices that call us back to life, and the quietest hearts that carry the loudest love. Because sometimes, the most powerful prayer is just a whisper from a child who believes in love more than loss.